You ever get that weird feeling that maybe, just maybe, you're not fully in the driver's seat? That some unseen force, whether it's ancient or digital, might be pulling the strings behind the scenes? Well, today, we're going to pull back that curtain. We're diving deep into one of humanity's oldest and most persistent fears, the fear of being secretly controlled. And our journey is going to connect our oldest nightmares with our most modern anxieties.
So let's start with a question. What if the oldest, darkest nightmares, the ones that have been haunting us in our sleep for thousands of years?
And on the other hand, those super modern tech-fueled anxieties that keep us doom-scrolling late into the night.
What if they're not separate things at all? What if they're actually just two different faces of the very same fear, coming from the exact same place?
And that place? Yeah, it's the mysterious, powerful, and let's be honest, sometimes terrifying landscape of our own subconscious minds.
To really get this, we have to travel back, way back, to a world lit only by fire, where the things you saw in your dreams felt very, very real.
So let me introduce you to the succubus. In folklore, this was a terrifying supernatural being. The name literally comes from the Latin for to lie beneath, and for centuries, she was the default explanation for men who had, let's say, vivid and erotic dreams. But this wasn't just about temptation. Oh no. The stories said that if she visited you too often, your health would start to fail, and you could even waste away and die.
And what's wild is that this wasn't just some old European scary story. No way. This fear is baked into the human experience. It's global. You had Lilith in ancient Mesopotamia, basically the mother of all demons. You had the Karina in Arabic myth, and even the Mara in Scandinavia, which was famous for literally sitting on your chest and crushing the breath out of you. Different names, different cultures, but the exact same terrifying idea. And here's the spooky part. The hallmarks of these encounters were always the same no matter where you were. People would report these intense dreams, this terrifying feeling of pressure, like being suffocated. And this is the key, being totally unable to move or scream when they woke up. Now, burn those symptoms into your brain because they are absolutely crucial. For hundreds of years, the demon was the only answer that made sense. But then science started to shine a little light into those dark corners of the night. And it asked a pretty radical question. What if the terrifying visitor wasn't some monster from another dimension? What if it was just a glitch inside your own head? And this brings us to sleep paralysis. This is a very real, and for anyone who's been through it, a truly frightening phenomenon. The simple version is your brain wakes up, but your body is still fast asleep. See, during REM sleep, your brain paralyzes your muscles. It's a safety feature, so you don't start acting out your dreams. But every now and then, the timing gets screwed up. Your conscious mind boots up while your body is still locked down. And this is how it perfectly explains the ancient demon stories. Okay, so first, your mind wakes up, but you're completely frozen, can't move a muscle. Then, because your brain is in this weird, disoriented state, it starts to panic and, well, it hallucinates. It creates this powerful feeling that there's an intruder in the room with you, and often a physical hallucination of crushing pressure on your chest. The demon wasn't in the room, it was in the brain. But the terror? Oh, that was 100% real. So science basically explained away the ancient shadow, but just as that old demon faded, a new one, a technological one, was about to be born. Let's fast forward to 1957. So it's 1957, and this market researcher, a guy named James Vickery, makes this totally shocking announcement. He says he ran a secret experiment at a movie theater in New Jersey. He claimed he flashed hidden messages like eat popcorn and drink Coca-Cola to almost 46,000 people who had no idea it was happening. The result? Total public panic that a new invisible form of mind control was on the loose. This was the magic number, 0.03 of a second. Vickery claimed his messages were on screen for just that impossibly brief instant. Way too fast for your conscious mind to see, but slow enough, he claimed, for your subconscious to drink it all in. It felt scientific, it was invisible, and it was absolutely terrifying. And you can see why people lost their minds. These weren't just vague ideas. He had shockingly specific numbers. Popcorn sales jumped almost 60%. Coke went up over 18%. Come on, that sounds like a marketer's ultimate dream and a consumer's worst nightmare.
The idea that corporations could secretly hijack your brain to make you buy stuff, that was our new technological demon.
But just like the succubus, this modern demon had a secret. It wasn't quite what it appeared to be. The reality? It was all fake, a complete lie. When people pushed him to prove it, Vickery couldn't replicate his amazing results. And years later, he finally admitted the whole thing was just a gimmick. His marketing business was failing, and he made it all up to get clients. There was no experiment, there was no data. It was just a story. And decades of research since have basically confirmed that the effect of this kind of stuff is tiny, if it even exists at all.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. In 1994, the CIA, an organization that would love to have a secret mind control tool, published a whole report on it. Their conclusion? The power of subliminal persuasion was, and I'm quoting here, exceedingly limited. But here's the thing about a really good, really scary story. It doesn't need to be true to survive. The fear of subliminal messages just wouldn't die. It lingered for decades, sparking public outcry and even court cases. Like that infamous trial in 1985, where the band Judas Priest was accused of hiding secret messages in their songs. The myth was just way more powerful than the reality. So all of this brings us to the most important question of all. Why? Why do we keep falling for these stories?
Right? We've busted the ancient demon. It's a trick of the brain. We've busted modern mind control. It was a marketing hoax. So why do these ideas still have such an incredibly powerful grip on our imagination?
It's because both myths are really telling the exact same story. They're just wearing different costumes. The succubus is a story about a supernatural force getting into our subconscious through dreams. Subliminal ads are a story about a technological force getting into our subconscious through our senses. Both are about the chilling idea that our own minds, the one place we should be totally safe, can be hijacked by something we can't see, can't understand, and can't fight back against. Look, the succubus and the popcorn ad might seem like relics now, but that core fear they represent, the fear of our minds being hijacked, is probably more relevant today than it has ever been. So I'll just leave you with this to chew on. In our world of social media algorithms, targeted ads, and digital echo chambers, what are the new demons and hidden messages shaping your reality today?